This is Jim Emter, Van Ahn Company, Alexandria, Minnesota, with your closing grain and livestock comments for March 5th, 2018. Corn market today up 1 to 2 cents, soybeans up 5 to 6.5, Chicago wheat up 8 to 10, Minneapolis wheat up 3 to 4.25, Kansas City up 10 to 11.75. Another exciting day for the grain markets here. Reason we're rallying, we continue to see still too much rain in the soft winter wheat country. Big rains over there as you work across Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, and that's got the wheat market revved up a little bit along with cooler temperatures behind it. You've also got circumstances here in Argentina where we continue to see very limited rainfall and technical charts that are continuing to show supportive action here. Now we are up against some key resistance counts here. We were able to get above them today, but we need a consecutive day close above that, and then we potentially open up another 20 cents in corn and possibly as much as another 50 to 60 cents in soybeans, as much as another 50 cents in wheat. And we think those are some pretty lofty levels to really get to. So we're looking for some key reversals here, big up trades and then reversals down, and we'll watch for those here this week. If we don't get them, we got to pony up and say, hey, this market's going to some bigger counts, and be somewhat attentive to communicate where those are. But like I said, we're looking for some resistance counts and some reversals. We think it's important to be looking at some marketing decisions, but when it's technically based and driven by funds, we're as good as their movement, and we'll need to watch that closely. Fundamentally, our staying power, I believe, is somewhat limited. You're looking at about a 460 million bushel reduction in production in that area, and that's a big deal if it wasn't for the fact we've got so much inventory around the world. So really a market of the moment. We'll see just what we can get out of this, but I think very important that we be attentive to our marketing. While a lot of outside influences are looking a bit more positive, we need to remember how much grain we've got in the inventory, inflation a support, trade wars, concern over maybe China or Mexico showing some resolve there. So a lot of moving parts here that can change things very quickly, but really encouraging to see the potential we've got here. Now it's a matter of protecting those, nice rally and good carries. As you look ahead here, we'll watch the weather tones and really watch kind of some of those outside influences. Dollar index up 12 cents, stock market up another 300 today, and crude oil up $1.60. So we're kind of seeing across the board a stronger day. Feeder cattle day up 150 to 160, live cattle up $1, hog market up anywhere from 1 to 122.5. Cattle market, hogs, look outside right now. If you're in the northern plains, you're seeing why we're building some premiums. Rain, ice, snow, mix, rain, the whole 9 yards with a lot of wind. So we need to be somewhat attentive to where this maybe can reverse some things. Luckily enough, after about 5 days of cooler weather, 4 days of cooler weather, we look to have more average conditions. So we'll look to that to kind of set back in and have a better week next week. So look for us to maybe get some recovery, and if we can get up to live cattle off the April up around that 126 to 128, we'll be attentive there to marketing. Deferred months up around 119 in the live cattle. Feeder cattle around 152, 153, and hog market around that 86, 85 area has key resistance points. This has been Jim Emter, Van Ahn Company, Alexandria, Minnesota. Trading in futures and options involves risk of loss and is not suitable for all producers. Past performance is not indicative of future results. This is a solicitation.